Welcome back, guys. Doyennix Talks. I'm your host, Doyennix. And today we're going to be talking about Lumber Liquidators Holdings. Before I start, I just want to start off by saying please like and comment below and subscribe. They all help the channel. Comment below the type of stocks you guys will like me to look up, or like say you like a stock and you also like the way I look up my stocks here and inside the videos. Just write down the stock inside the comment section. I'll look it up and get right back to you guys so you can see it and everything. Also want to say follow me on Instagram at Nix Talks. Over there I'll just be showing. Over there's like basically for beginners and beginner people who wants to do stocks. It's just going to be about learning the basics of stocks and some clips of games I like and stuff like that. Nothing too advanced, just the basic of stocks. Subscribe to the channel. Also could DM me on Instagram and tell me like what type of stock you might want me to look up to. Even if you don't want to do it on YouTube comments, just get on Instagram and DM me, let me know. Also this video is a bit rushed, so yeah, let's just get into it. So today we're talking about Lumber Liquidators Holdings. Fun fact: Lumber Liquidators IPO on the New York Stock Exchange on November 9th, 2007. IPO means, for whoever doesn't know, it just basically means the initial public offering, which is like basically when it first went on, when the company is going on to the stock market. You just say, oh, it IPO. Okay. Lumber Liquidators was founded in 1994 in Stoughton, Massachusetts. Hope I said that right. Stoughton, Massachusetts. Its current headquarters is in Richmond, Virginia. Lumber Liquidators Holdings is a multi-channel specialty hardwood retailer. The services include floor enhancements, accessories, and engineered hardwood, and more. The multi-channel, like when I say multi-channel, when it's in reference to a company, it basically just means the company interacts with their customers on both direct and indirect through their web. They basically interact with customers indirect and directly, right? Indirect and directly. This could happen through their websites, their retail stores, through mail, through catalogs, direct mail, email, or even on the mobile device. Back in 1994, Tom Sullivan, who was the founder of Lumber Liquidators, he started to purchase excess wood from other companies and then resold that wood at a heavy discounted price. Tom Sullivan is the founder of Lumber Liquidators. Oh, yeah, I said that. 2 or 3 years later, Lumber Liquidators watched the market and found themselves a niche and for where they can work and directly work with their customers to give them high quality products at the lowest cost. Fun fact: did you know I am 22? So that means now I am a 22-year-old talking to you in a parking lot about stocks. Now, let's just get into the stock itself now. This is Lumber Liquidators Holdings. And so when you type in LL, which is the ticker symbol, into like any brokerage, or if you go on Google and type in LL stock, it basically will bring you to Lumber Liquidators Holdings. The current price, last time I saw it, was $26.21. The market cap is $840 million, which is a small cap business. Well, small cap company, I should say. There are no dividends for having this stock. If you don't know what a dividend is, it is basically the company's going to pay you money for just owning a share. The EPS, earnings per share, of quarter 4 for 2019, the estimate earnings was 15 cents, and the actual earnings was 56 cents. So they beat it by a big amount. So that's one beat. Next quarter is quarter 1 of 2020, and they estimated that they will make about 2 cents, and the actual earnings came out to be 44 cents. So they beat that one again by a big shot for all of these so far. Quarter 2 of 2020, the estimate earnings was negative 18 cents, and he actually made 10 cents. So far so good. And then quarter 3, 2020, the estimate earnings was 23 cents, and the actual earnings came out to be 67 cents. So far you can see for the past 4 quarters, they've been beating their expectations by a lot. And then quarter 4 for 2020, the estimate earnings is 50 cents. I didn't yet see what the recent one is, but as soon as I find out, I'll put it inside the description below. Another thing I like to do with stocks is to look at the prices throughout the year to see if it because last year a lot of stocks dropped, so I use this as a way to see, like, oh, did the stock recover, did the stock drop, like what happened with the stock. So in February 17th, 2020, that's when most stocks, like between 2020 February and January, that's when most stocks was at their highest or one of their best spots. And so I like to use this price to see where it dropped to when everything happened, and then I like to look at I like to use the spot where it was at the highest. Where most stocks was pretty high at that time, not as highest, but where it was at that time. And then what happened during, like, what was the lowest it got during the shutdown, and then I like to look at how was the stock around the end of the year, and I like to just look at that just to see, did it recover, did it come back, like, was it good, was it bad, just see how it is. So on February 17th, 2020, the stock price was $10.45. March 30th, 2020, the stock dropped from the $10.45 to $4.15, and that was the lowest price that I found. Was $4.15. Well, the lowest price that I saw. And then December 14th, 2020, the price was at $29.76. So if you bought it when it was low, you would have made a lot of money. So I like to use these just to see how a stock moves, like, throughout the year, and to me this looks good so far. Next, 4.79% of the shares are held by the insiders. Basically, insiders mean people who work inside the company, and 79.33% is owned by other institutions. And the amount of institutions that make up that 79.33% is 209. So there are 209 institutions who own shares into Lumber Liquidators that make up the 79.33%. Fun fact, the LL stock is just a holdings company. Stay tuned for more about that one. The top 3 institution holders for Lumber Liquidators is, number 1 is BlackRock Inc. Number 2 is Price T. Rowe Associates Inc. And then the third is Vanguard Group Inc. The Vanguard Group. And then Lumber Liquidators Holdings has around 2,090 employees. The CEO is Mr. Tyson Charles, and he's also the president. So he's the CEO and president of the company. He came into that position in the first quarter of 2020. And now let's talk about the revenue of the company. So the total revenue made. This time I only did 3 years instead of 4. So I did 2019, 2018, and then 2016. The total revenue in 2017 is 1,000,000 and 20. No, I'm sorry. I forget it's in the billion. Okay, I get my numbers from Yahoo Finance, and I forget the numbers are in the millions first. Not in. I mean, they're in the thousands, not hundreds. So basically, I'm saying the revenue was $1,000,000 and 28. I said it wrong, didn't I? The revenue was $1,028,933,000 they made in 2017. Their cost of revenue was $659,872,000. So the cost of revenue basis means how much it costs to run the company. The gross profit was $369,061,000. Wow. The operating expense was $406,027,000. Yeah, so basically, I go on Yahoo Finance to look up, the company's profits and everything, and it starts in the thousands. So when you look at it, it might look like the company only made $1 million, but it's not. The first number is the thousand. The first 3 are thousands, not hundreds. So instead of the millions, it's most likely in the billions. For 2018, the total revenue was $1,084,636,000. The cost of revenue is $691,696,000. So you can see the cost of revenue had increased from 2017 to 2018, and also the total revenue also increased. The gross profit was $392,940,000. Again, as you can see, so far 2017 to 2018, 2018 has been a much bigger step up in the right direction. The operating expense was $443,513,000. So again, they made a lot more money than they spent and made more money than they did in 2017. 2019, they made $1,084,602,000. The cost of as you can see, they made less money in 2019 than they did in 2018. So that's also stuff you guys want to look out for. You want to see is your company. We look up a company, like how I do it. You just want to see, are they consistently increasing? Do they have a setback but then they come back, or it's like, are they always making more money, or are they just staying still? So again, the total revenue for 2019 was $1,084,602,000, and then the cost of revenue is $688,916,000. The gross profit was $403,686,000. And then the operating expense was $386,970,000. So as you can see, the cost of revenue had also decreased. So that's a good sign, because the total revenue, from 2018 to 2019. The 2019 revenue was smaller, but it wasn't like that much smaller. It was a couple. Well, in their terms, it was a couple thousands. Whereas the cost of revenue was down a couple million. So that's a lot better. And then the gross profit was even higher than 2018, because in 2018 the gross profit was 392 million, and then the gross profit in 2019 was 403. So although their total revenue was lower, their gross profit was higher. And if you guys don't know what gross profit is, that's basically like the profit you made before taxes. So that's is really good. So although the total revenue, which is like everything they made without the minus expenses, is lower than the 2018, the profit that they made was much greater. It was greater than the profit they made the previous year, and the expenses was also lower too. Yes, the expenses were also lower too by a couple million, and then the gross profit was up by a couple million also, and the operating expense was down also. So although the total revenue is still the same, the cost of revenue, the gross profit, and the operating expenses was much better than it was in the previous year. So that's a good part you want to look at too. The total revenue is a cool thing, but you also got to know, is your company working on saving more money or spending more money? Like how are they doing, you know? Okay, the stock LO is basically a holdings company, and that's basically, so it's like, how you say, it's basically just holding the actual company. So the actual company that does the flooring is Lumber Liquidators. The stock itself is just something that holds that, like the parent company. So kind of like it's basically just like, you're just holding it in a way. So the LO Liquidator Holdings owns the subsidiaries, such as Lumber Liquidators Flooring, which is the company, and LL Service LLC. If you guys don't know what subsidiary is just basically means the company that is in control by a holdings company. So basically the holdings company is Lumber Liquidators Holdings, and that controls Lumber Liquidators Flooring, which is the people who go out and you buy your floors from at the stores, or you have them install their floors. Excuse me. Hopefully I didn't confuse you guys with that, because I did not see that one coming when I was researching it. Fun fact: did you know LO Holdings? Well, let me look at this. Offers over. Did you guys? I'm sorry, I'm a little bit tired. You guys know LO Flooring offers over 400 floors in traditional or laminate or latest trend looks. So you guys are looking for flooring. They have over 400. Fun fact. Lumber Liquidator stock is a holdings company. A holding company is a company that does not produce goods or service itself. The purpose of it is to own shares of other companies to form a corporate group. LO Flooring makes its money from its retail sales from selling floors and from installing floors. LO Flooring has 2,100 employees, And this next part is something I think is important when you're looking up for a company you're gonna invest in. Because for me, when I invest in a stock, I like to look to see how long. I mean, when I like buying a stock, I like to think about how long would I keep this stock for, right? And when I look for a stock, I'm looking for something that I will like when I'm buying it. I want to buy it. If I'm spending my money, I would want to buy it something that will last long. So I like to look at the stocks and say, okay, is this company gonna last long? Is it going to go away? Like, you know, if I'm gonna buy it, I'm expecting to last at least 10 more years or something. And the next part is debts and assets. So we all know what debts and assets are. If you don't know, debt is basically what you owe. Assets is what you have that is worth something of value. So the reason why I think these are important is because if your company has too much debt and something happens, how are they going to pay all the debt? Like, yes, you can have the revenue, but it's much better to have an asset, to sell off so that you can keep the company going. Like, it's probably like for example, like say Doyennix company is a retail, and I own a store, a building, and in the building, I basically just run my day-to-day stores. I sell my stuff and everything, and then I don't know, something happens and I have debt, and now I'm not unable to pay for the debt, and the money I'm making, I can't really use it to pay off the debt because I need that to pay my employees. So instead of me, shutting down shop or whatever, I would just sell the building. So now I use the building to because the building's my asset. So I use the building to sell it, get some money, and then I'll just rent it out. I mean, I rent it from the person who owns the building now, whoever I sold it to. So then I have money to keep paying down my debt, and also have money in case employees need some money. Like in case I don't have enough money for their paychecks, I at least have the equity in there to sell and use it. That's how I basically think about it. Is that it's just in case anything happens and you don't want to go to your own cash first, you have something to sell, and then you could use that to get some money back. So there are two types of assets and debts that I look at when I'm on Yahoo Finance. And also, I'm learning all this as I go along with you guys. So right now, I'm horrible at stocks, but I'm not horrible at it really. But these things I think are important: debts and assets. And these are two types I look at. I look for the total debt, and I look for the current asset. The total debt is, like it says, the total debt you have. Like if you have $40,000 in debt, it's just the $40,000 in debt. When the total assets is, if you have a total assets of 40,000, I said 40,000. Yeah, that total asset of 40,000, then it's 40,000 you have in assets, $40,000. Current just basically means what is owed, or what can you sell within that year. So, say your total debt is 40,000, your current debt could be 10,000. You only owe 10,000 for this year. So for Lumber Liquidators Holdings, the total asset is $596,000 and 9,000. Wait, no, 596 million and 500. Okay, I'm saying this wrong. 596 million and $9,000, and the total debt is 434 million and 759,000. Wait a minute. So 596 million, and that's the asset, and then yeah. million. Okay, that's the total ass. Sorry, I was thinking about, is this part also in the thousands also, or is this just the regular numbers? But yeah, this looks like it's in the thousands. So the total assets is $596 million and $9,000, and the total debt is $434,759,000. The current asset is $359,113,000. The current debt is $238,106,000, and this is as of 2019. I did not do 2020. This is as of 2019. On March 1st, 2015. This is another part I like to look up, is how did the company fall? Like, did the company have any bad times? And what happened in that time? And then after that, I like to look up how did the company get out of it? What did they do? Did they change? Did they do this? Like, what are they doing? So March 1st, 2015, reports came out saying Lumber Liquidators was linked with violations of health and safety. And I'm not gonna go too deep into the details about everything. One, because I just rushed through it. If you guys want to look it up yourself, I just looked up Liquidators lawsuit or settlement and stuff like that. I just read about it. I put a link in the description below so you guys can see it for yourself. But I'm not gonna go too deep into it. I'm just gonna talk about it so you guys can be like, so that happened, and then just go to the next part. And that's it. So basically, they was getting certain floorings they was getting certain floorings from a certain Chinese company, and the flooring that they were selling was failing to meet, I believe it was California safety standards, I believe. And the reason why it failed it was because the floors contained high levels of I might mess this word up, but formaldehyde, and basically they're in all floors because it's in the glue that they use to any type of floor could contain it, but usually it's at a low level or it's not really coming through or anything. But it's like what they use to put in the glue to help it stick the floors together. And this is a chemical that is known for causing cancer. And it was stated in the reports that the average levels that was tested from all the floors, the average level that came back was levels that was 6 to 7 times greater than what the standard for the flooring should be. And some reports came out with it being at most 20% greater than what it should be. The next part would be Lumber Liquidators did agree to a settlement to the claims against them for $14 million in cash and another $14 million in-store vouchers, and another $2 million in vouchers if the claim rate reached 7%. All this was paid to people who bought. The flooring that was causing this was the Morningstar strand bamboo flooring, and you had to have bought it between January 1st, 2012 to March 15th, 2019. Yes, so Morningstar strand bamboo flooring. And after the lawsuit and everything, Lumber Liquidators agreed to stop sales of inventory of Chinese-made laminate flooring, and they also couldn't sell any existing inventory of those floors that they would have like if they had any of that certain floor that was still inside the warehouses or in the stores or wherever, they were unable to sell it. You guys gotta get rid of it. You can't sell that stuff. And then the last part, I just did the core values. I did core values because just to see what your company is about, you know. All these are from Lumber Liquidators. So when I say we, I'm just talking about what they are saying, not me. The core values: we think our customers. We think like our customers. We eat like our. I'm sorry, I messed that up. Okay, core values: we think like our customers. We act like owners. We succeed as a team. We expect continuous improvement. We act with integrity. So for that, guys, I want to say thank you for watching. This was Lumber Liquidators. Another fun fact was Lumber Liquidators, I believe they changed their name to LL Flooring now. So I want to thank you guys for listening. Subscribe, like, comment. Tell me what stocks you guys like me to talk about. Tell me if you learned something new. I hope I was able to teach you. Follow me on Instagram at Nix Talks. And with that, I hope you guys have a great day.